Hello, this is Domenico with Easynomics, and this will be another Paper 3 practice type question using the production possibilities curve. We'll be using a constant opportunity cost production possibilities curve for this question. This will be part of a playlist for the introduction to the circular flow and the PPC. In addition, you can also find it as a playlist under the playlist for Paper 2, Paper 3 quantitative practice type questions. Here we can see what the circular flow playlist looks like. It introduces the circular flow, the PPC, and provides some math calculation practice questions. The real-world example we'll be using will be production of wheat, and we'll be looking at the Russian Federation in 2021. They produced 76 million metric tons of wheat, and Russia is also the biggest producer of barley, producing 17, almost 18 million metric tons. So let's take a look at the question. So this could be very similar to what you might find on a paper 3 exam, where you're provided a graph and you'll have to make some calculations based off of that graph. Here we see this question number 2, figure number 4, which we see here, illustrates the production possibilities for wheat and barley in the Russian Federation. Resources in Russia are assumed to be fully employed. Thus, we'll be producing along the PPC curve that we see here, that's downward sloping. In figure 4, we see that on the y-axis, we have the quantity of wheat in millions of metric tons, and on the x-axis, we have the quantity of barley in millions of metric tons. So let's go ahead and answer question A. Assuming an initial production of 76 million tons of wheat, calculate the opportunity cost for Russia if their production of barley is to be increased by 100%. So I want you to pause the video and think about how you would calculate that question. Pause the video now. Okay, so hopefully you attempted that question, and let's go over it together. So first we got to look at where is 76 million tons of wheat along this PPC curve. Here we have the y-axis going up by 10 units of 10, 20, 30, and we're looking for 76. From 70 to 80, we notice that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 10 divided by 5 is 2, so we're going up by units of 2. So here's 2, 4, 6. 6 goes all the way across to this point. So I'm going to mark that point as point A. Now I'm going to draw a line so I can see what's the quantity of barley. So here we see that there is the quantity of wheat production, and then I'm going to go down, and this will show me the quantity of barley production. And I'll go ahead and write in here that that's 76 million metric tons. And here we have 10, 12, 14, here's 16 million metric tons of barley. So that's what I need to calculate this. 100% increase. What is that as a decimal value? 100 divided by 100 gives us the decimal value of 1. So I'm going to take 16. So I have 16 million tons of barley. And I'm going to multiply that by 1, which gives me 16 million tons. So effectively, I'm going to increase production from 16 to 32 million. So it's 16 plus 16 will equal 32 million tons of barley. So I have doubled my barley production. Another way, a quicker way to calculate that would just be 16 million multiplied by 2, 16 multiplied by itself plus itself again, which gives us 32 million tons of barley. So, assuming initial production, calculate the opportunity cost. So we have to figure out what is the opportunity cost. Fine. So let's look for where's 32 million. It's right here. I'm going to draw a line going from 32 million tons all the way up along the PPC. And there you can see there is my reduced wheat production. So I'll label this point B. And this will be 2, 4, 6, 8. This is 58 million tons going up from 16 to 32. So I'm going to annotate a few things on the model so it's clear to me what's going on. So here I've increased barley production, and the gap here is an additional 16 million tons of barley. And in order to do that, I've reduced my wheat production. So the opportunity cost is this gap here. So I'm going along the PPC curve from point A to point B. Okay, so to cover that, it's going to be, or to calculate the opportunity cost, it's going to be equal to 76 million tons minus where I end up at 58 million, million tons. And that equals 18 million tons. So there's my opportunity cost. Here I've reduced production by 18, right? So the opportunity cost of wheat production is equal to 18 million tons of wheat in order to produce an additional 16 million tons of barley. So we have a ratio here of reducing wheat production by 18 million in order to increase barley production by 16 million tons. I can reduce that perhaps to -9 and +8. So in order to generate an additional 8 million tons of barley, I lose 9 million tons of wheat. So I've answered that question. Here's the answer, right? 18 million tons of barley is the opportunity cost. Perfect. Done. Let's move on to question B. Calculate the change in wheat production as a result of a 100% increase in barley production. So it's asking me for the change, or it's asking me for the percent change. I got a 100% increase in barley production. So what's the percent decrease in the wheat production? So let's choose a color here. This will be, I'll make a line so we can distinguish that now we're working on question B. Here's question B, and these are the workings for question A. So go ahead and pause the video and see how would you calculate this question, question B. All right, so pause the video now. All right, so let's check your work. Very important in the IB syllabus, you will often be asked to calculate percent change. And so that's a formula of the final value, put F for final value, minus the initial value, divided by the initial value, times 100. So we're going to see that our initial value is 76 and our final value is 58. So we go ahead and just plug those numbers in. So it'd be 58 million minus 76 million divided by 76 million times 100. And that equals -18, which is the opportunity cost, divided by 76 times 100. And that equals, as a percentage, 23, or a decrease by 23.68% up to the second decimal value. All right, so there's a decrease of wheat production by 23.68%. All right, a decrease of wheat production by 23.68% as a result of increasing barley production by 100%. Great. Now let's move on to question C. State two factors that will cause the production possibilities curve or frontier for Russia to shift outwards. Pause the video and think about how you would answer that. What would your two factors be? Pause the video now. Okay, so what would your answer be? For question C, you should at least be able to come up with three. I often tell my students that there's three things that can cause a shift in the PPC curve and in macroeconomics causes a shift in the LRES, or the Keynesian aggregate supply curve. First is change, delta for change in the quantity of resources. So if Russia is able to acquire more factors of production, land, labor, capital, that can cause the PPC curve to shift outward. Number two, a change in the quality of their resources. So in the case of labor, for example, if you have low-skilled labor and you improve the quality of labor from low to mid or high-skilled labor, they're able to produce more, so that causes the PPC curve to shift outward. And the third one that should immediately come to mind is also a change in technology. New technology enables you to produce more with the same quantity and quality of resources. So you just need two of the three to answer that question. Now we're on our last question, question number D. State two assumptions of the production possibilities model. Think about what those two assumptions are. Pause the video and think about what they are. Okay, so let's answer this last question, question D. Assumptions of the model. Number one is full employment of resources. And I'm running out of space here, but I'll make a little note, full employment of resources. Number two can be, we assume that we're productively efficient. So we assume productive efficiency, nothing's being wasted. For higher level students, they know that you're producing at minimum average total cost. Costs on average are at their lowest point. And number three, that would be fixed quantity of resources. Four, fixed quality of resources. And five, which I'll squeeze in here, number five, fixed technology. All right. So what causes the PPC curve to shift outward is the changes in quantity, quality, technology. With the PPC being held constant, we assume that there's fixed quantity, fixed quality, fixed technology. And that's it. So that was just a paper 3 type practice question. I'll come up with another one in hopefully in a few days. And then you'll also see how we can link this model to competitive supply. We can see that wheat and barley compete for the same resources such as land and capital and labor. So in order to produce more barley, it's at the expense of reducing wheat production, which is effectively competitive supply, which is another model that you are responsible for. So look out for that video where I'll do another paper 3 type practice and then connect it to drawing and analyzing the competitive supply curve. And that's it. Thank you so much. If you have any questions, please comment those questions below, and don't forget to subscribe and to like.